my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay everybody, so if you didn't know, I moved to Florida. I'm in Florida. You guys can't tell because I've got that white background, but I'm here. I made it safely. Super happy right now. And then I have some few exciting things coming up, which I don't know if I can talk about right now, but I will be bringing them up probably in the next video. By the way, you guys are gonna get an extra video this month. I'm not sure when, but I know that I didn't post, not this week, but the week before, because I was having some health issues that I needed to get resolved ASAP, and I did get resolved, so thank goodness. But yeah, that's pretty much the vibe, you know. I'm gonna be way more active on all my social media, so if you guys want to go and keep up with me, make sure to click the links down below. All my socials are down there and everything like that. But without further ado, let's get into today's story time. Okay, so I thought this was a great story time to do with the Johnny Depp trial going on. I was going through my Instagram DMs looking for story times on there and everything, and some girl was like, I had posted something with like close friends, and she was like, oh my god, I have a story that literally is like almost the exact same but not. So I figured this was fitting for this, you know, era that we're in. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to bring you guys up close. There we go. Okay, so before we start this story time, just my quick little rundown that I do. For most of the story time, I would be looking in this direction because my mirror's over here and I would like to see what I'm doing. Most of these story times are sent in by anonymous people, and I do tell these story times in a first person point of view. If you do not like that, then you can leave. Get that bread, get that head, then leave. Peace out. Okay, so story time about my extremely toxic mother. You know, I love these story times because I feel like I can relate. Like, my mom was toxic as fuck. By the way, if this foundation does not match me, don't come for me. I've been tanning lately with sunscreen because we don't want to get skin cancer down here. So yeah, just please don't comment on it because most of the time I know, and it hurts my feelings. Okay, so a little background information. I was 17 and a junior in high school, and this story time has to do with my crazy ass family, mainly my mother. First, I just want to give you a good look into my life real quick so you can know what kind of shit I go through on a daily basis. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so first of all, I have two older brothers who work for my dad's construction company, and they drink religiously, but I can't blame them. Sometimes I be drinking myself to sleep.
Sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right?
Isn't happy hour anytime?
Because my life is stressful and anxiety filled, and it's just not nice. This was not a good idea. That will fuck them for free, and they love sports. My dad is basically the same way, but he surprisingly provides for us. I only say surprisingly because sis, the woman that he is married to, I'm surprised he hasn't left all of us. Anyways, it seems like he has a pretty good head on his shoulders, to be honest. Like, he actually provides for us, you know, he's there for us, or at least he tries to be. What the fuck? I'm just like layering different foundations on my fucking face right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. But then there is my mother, who is mean, selfish, vindictive, unsympathetic, manipulative as fuck. And just when you think it can't get any worse, she is a compulsive liar. The worst part is my dad either ignores it or he drinks to forget about his terrible life. I think it's both. And I'm not gonna lie, my mom and my dad, there is a significant age gap right there. Like probably 15 years. I would say. But anytime that is ever brought up, my dad always says that he likes them young and batshit crazy. Well, you know what? If that's what he really wanted, sis, he met his match, like, for real. With that being said, my summer was going pretty smooth, to be honest. I mean, considering the things that I thought were normal in my life, it was going pretty well. I had my friends over every day, or at least when my mom wasn't having a Xanax attack, like, yeah, almost every day. Yeah, my mom would pick fights with me out of nowhere, but most of the time it would only happen whenever she was like drugged up. Like when sis gets her pills, she becomes a fucking demon. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh, if she takes all these, you know, you would think it would be easier because she would be asleep. No. Just my luck. Every drug that she takes has like the opposite effect that it's supposed to have on her. If she takes downers, it's like she's on crack. And if she takes uppers, sis is chill. Like, she's not that bad to deal with, even though I would rather her not be on anything, but that's just me. I would say the worst part is she starts a fight over literally anything, like anything and everything. Actually, scratch that. The worst part is when she wakes up after her manic episodes, she doesn't remember what happened, so she thinks that I'm lying about everything, and she'll call me a liar. She'll be like,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Why do you lie so much? You need help? Like, no, bitch. You're the one who needs help. Now, obviously this bothered my dad, but he didn't know what the hell to do about it either. Like, my dad would always try to get her to calm down, and he never could. Like, he tried so freaking hard for our family. I feel so bad for this man. Like, you know, it's sad whenever I would just literally text him and be like, it's a bad day, and he would know exactly what I meant, aka my mom's being batshit crazy again. So he would come home from work early, and since it was summertime, he would come home, cook on the grill for us. And I know you're probably thinking, well, Kay, she can just walk outside and come and terrorize you there. No. She had a fear of the outside. Like, she did not like to leave the house, which that pretty much happened after all the drugs that she was taking. She sort of developed schizophrenia and this fear of going outside, just a bunch of shit. Now, if I remember correctly, it was July 10th when everything just fucking hit the fan. I had asked my mom if I could use her car because she had like this little convertible. It was super cute. It was my favorite pretty much, right?
I'm in my mom's car. Broom, broom.
Well, she ended up going on this whole rant about how I only love her for her car and her money and her this and her that. Like, girl, you don't got no money. What money? What money? Well, fast forward, she ends up letting me use the car. But of course, I'm going to make a turn whenever a truck comes and fucking smacks into the car, literally runs it over. Like, I'm lucky to even be alive to tell this freaking story. So my dad, hurry up, he came to the scene, made sure I was all right, and he went and grabbed a few papers out of the car and stuff that he would need, but he also grabbed a few boxes. So we get in his car and he's like, you have some explaining to do. And I look at this box and it's a box of condoms and some papers. So I'm like super fucking confused. One, this isn't my fucking car. Two, I've been in it for literally 3 minutes. I'm never allowed in this fucking car. So we get home and I'm still trying to figure out what this shit is. He put it in the back seat, and as soon as we like get into the driveway, I unbuckle my seatbelt, reach back, grab that shit, and I'm reading the papers and I'm like, these aren't mine. And I was like, my name's not even on these. And what was it, you might be asking? It was forms for like an abortion. I don't know how to explain forms for an abortion, but that's pretty much what it was, right? So he like rips the papers out of my hand and he's reading them, and I felt very bad because I've never seen my dad cry. My dad makes sure to put on a strong front for my siblings and I. So at that point he was like, I need a minute, please get out of the car, like I'll be in the house in a few minutes. So I go in the house and my brothers are in there and I already am like spilling the tea. I'm like, listen to this shit, listen what this bitch did. And it was like boxes of condoms and shit too, right? So it wasn't even just the fucking abortion papers, it was a Plan B, a box of condoms, and all that shit. And then we're like, wait a second, where is this bitch? So we all are like running around the house to find my mom, going to the bedroom, going everywhere to try and find her, and we can't find this chick nowhere. So my dad comes in the house, he's ready to confront her, and we're like, listen, she ain't here, dude. And my mom, she would like run out of the house to get drugs and stuff like that, right? But she would never like be gone for days. Well, in this case, she was gone for days. We were leaving her voicemails. My dad was telling her how much of a piece of shit she was, you know, like how much of an asshole she was, you know, pretty much like, hey, I've been here raising our kids. You have not been here mentally, and now you're not here physically. Like, fuck you, bitch. So yeah, my dad is very, 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 very upset at this point, and I don't blame him. I'd be pissed as fuck. So fast forward, she comes back 3 days later. My dad already has all of her shit packed in the back of his truck, and he files for divorce, as he should, period. But the divorce took a long time because my mom didn't want to sign the papers, and she got a little bit clean, a little bit, and her and the guy that she had been cheating on my dad with, finally she decides to sign the divorce papers, right? But she wanted the house and everything, and my mom would do like the some stuff for my dad's construction company while she did before she had all these fucking issues, right? Like, she would take care of like the money aspect, but my dad hasn't had her do that in years because she's not there. She's not fucking there. She ended up wanting the house, the car, custody of me, which I was about to be 18 anyways, so like that was pointless as fuck. And she didn't end up getting all that, like, thank God, but she did end up talking my dad into paying for the damages done to her car, like, just so that way she would leave us the fuck alone. And that was better than anything, to be honest, because I'd rather her have her car than anything, because my dad worked too damn hard to give that bitch everything. So she got the car, and then she also got a little bit of money, and then she accused my dad of physical abuse and mental abuse. So yeah, she didn't win that argument, obviously, because my brothers and I had multiple videos of her literally going off on us for no reason and just being abusive towards us and everything like that. So yeah, pretty much I've been in therapy for the past few years because of this shit, but other than that, yeah, my life is good. Okay, everybody, that is the end of today's video. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, maybe hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to send in your anonymous story time, make sure to click the link in the description. But without further ado, I will see you guys next week.